Hello and welcome. AEW just finished up the Full Gear pay-per-view, and here is our review recap from the show. The Tailgate Brawl started us off with the 200K four-way tag between Outrunners, Big Bill, Brian Keith, Bowens and Caster, and Bullet Club Gold, Juice, and Austin Gunn. Very fast match. Bowens and Caster still cannot get on the same pages. They started to cooperate towards the end of the match, starting to hit some of their tag team offense, going for the scissors potentially before getting broken up. Juice Robinson gets the roll-up fucking pin out of nowhere for the win on that and secures his 401k for the future.
I was hoping it was going to be the Outrunners or Bill, but, you know.
I was very happy that Juice won and secured the 401k.
Of course you were.
I gave that match 3 stars. Yeah.
3.5.
Yeah, I thought that was really good for opening it up quick on the pre-show with a match. 3 matches on the pre-show is nice too. They had a bit on the commentary with Dalton, which was, I thought the Outrunners were going to get it too, because Dalton came out with the Outrunners, and on commentary they were talking about how they made some bad investments in Myrtle Beach. Apparently everybody is being bad with their money right now. Bucks are bad with their money. Juice is the only one being smart with it.
I mean, sure.
So here, after the match, they had a backstage segment. Joe now has a dojo and an army.
Is that before or after?
That was after. Okay. That was before the next match. Yeah. After that, Joe has an army and he's ready to go to war. I didn't recognize any of the
I don't
guys.
Recognize anybody that was standing behind Joe. I find it funny that even in that cut, that one, it was nobody that we recognized standing behind Joe, and 2, none of his boys were standing behind him.
Well, they couldn't even get like John Cruz.
And then what is up with the guy on the left? It looked like he was just gonna cry and be upset. But okay.
And then Paul White came out to join the commentary before the next match. That was Boom and Doom versus RPG Vice. This was the Jersey Love Fest match.
QT
Marshall and AJ ran the start of it. Heels got some time. Trent did face palm Big Justice to the floor, and that was very nice. I was happy to see, kids getting pushed around. Big Juice got in later on in the match and hit a diamond cutter on Rocky Romero. Big Show punched Trent in the face. Doom and Boom hit the Doomsday device for the win. I gave it 2 out of 5. Yeah.
I gave it 0.5. I don't believe we should we should not be letting these people wrestle.
You don't like AJ?
No,
you don't like the Rizzler?
Put him back on social media. That's where he was at. Yeah. Yes. That's where he became famous. I think it was like, guys. With TikTok or something?
Yeah. You're the Costco guys.
No. You don't belong on this show. That was an embarrassment. That was just bad. Just bad. I mean, and shame on the Big Show for participating in that. I mean, you're better than that. Come on.
He's got to get something. He barely gets any work right now.
You are better than that, but let's be real.
All right. Backstage segment afterward, Dawn trying to get the Bucks more on their side.
Gave the Young Bucks a present. Yeah. It was wrapped. I still don't know what it was.
It was their gear. It was their gear that came out later.
Oh, from Walmart.
Save that for later. Because
Okay.
Okada is MIA. That's what we found out about this. Was that Okada was MIA at this point and hasn't gotten to the arena.
And some people were upset about that.
Yes. Hook and Eddie Kingston was the next match on the pre-show. It was 4 matches on the pre-show. I forgot that this one happened. Workhorsemen came out to go against them. It was just Hook throwing everybody around. Eddie got the quick pinfall victory. Hook grabbed the other guy in a red room to keep him out. I gave it 1 star because I didn't even realize this was going to be on the card and happen. And yeah,
I gave it 0.5. It wasn't really necessary. I think it was just a filler.
Yeah. The main event of the pre-show was the CMLL Trios title match. Team Skyflight versus the Don Callis family with Okada not showing up at the start.
Yeah.
So I actually really like how they did this match. This was really good. Okada wasn't there for the start of it. They targeted Mystico right off the start. Hechicero practically broke the man's arm with a chair, stomping it to take him out and get it back down to a 2-on. Yeah, he got escorted off by the refs and the medics, taking it back to a 2-on-2. Eventually, after the start of Full Gear, when the pyro goes off, Okada's music hits, and he finally makes his entrance to the show. He comes out, they get into it. Okada is not willing to work with Takeshita at all, and they fight consistently throughout. Eventually, Mystico comes back out, manages to get some offenses their way.
I knew going into this that Okada and Takeshita could not handle being together. They were going to prove their own end.
Yeah. Well, there was a point where Mystico comes back in and gets La Mystica, his armbar finisher, on Takeshita, and Okada runs in there and starts beating on Mystica and gets him off, and then he just starts hitting Takeshita. Okay, yeah, you really do hate each other. Hechicero the entire time was trying to play peacekeeper. Eventually he tried, but Mystico manages to lock on La Mystica on him for the finish, tapping him out. I liked the storytelling they did for the Don Callis family falling apart in this. I gave it 3.5.
I gave it a 3. I already knew what was going to happen. Don Callis family is going to break up from the inside out.
Well, at least lose. I think they're going to have an issue with the Okada thing.
No,
I think they're going to lose Okada.
The issue is going to be Okada, Takeshita, and now also with Kyle Fletcher.
Well,
It's
again, that's all post show. But yeah, I think the big problem here is going to be Okada for them going forward, just his unwillingness to work with anyone. So that was the start of Full Gear going in the end of the pre-show. I'm kind of curious how that played out on TV, because we were watching it on Max and had to stop the pre-show during the weird commercial break and switch over to the actual pay-per-view on Max to continue watching it, because they didn't have it as all one single thing. But the first match on Full Gear was Darby Allin versus Pac. Pac came out with no tank top on, and oh my god, that man is so sexy. You have to admit, even you were like, okay.
Disgusting.
All you kept saying is this man is a freak. He's a freak.
He's
oh my
an
god.
Absolute freak. Absolutely. Freak all the way.
Pac hit an insane press slam on Darby to the floor, and then just waited in the corner for Darby to get up and try and come back in. Jesus, man. Pac exposed the burns from throwing Darby through the table 2 weeks ago, clawing and scratching at them. He was not afraid to go dirty within the confines of the rules of a standard match.
I liked when Darby drop kicked
Pac
into the pool.
Oh yeah.
That was really
hard drop kick.
Also, ouchie. Darby spined into a pole after the fact. Ouchie. The rest of that match, I find be BS. I absolutely Pac had to cheat in order to win. Like, once again, just proving that the Death Riders have to cheat in order to achieve what they want.
I mean, Darby weathered the brutalizer, a black arrow. He managed to avoid. And then Pat calls for Yuta to come in, and Yuta distracts Pat
because he was going to lose.
Hits him with the baseball bat, gets the win on it.
Horrible.
Yeah. For as much talk that Pac had that he was going to beat Darby clean in a match, the finish kind of undercut that. I gave it 2.5.
Actually, I gave that one a 4.
It was a really good match, yeah. Up until the finish. I was going to go 3, but...
The end absolutely sucked, but, yeah.
I hate having Yuta come into any match.
Yeah. Yeah.
The next match was the 4-way women's tag match for the women tag tournament semifinalists. This was a very good match, but I didn't get too many notes. I started getting a little distracted during this. Sisters of Sin and... No, Jesus. My notes looked like shit. Shafir and Bane were in control of most of it, trying to hold on to the center of the ring. Sky Blue got a sneaky tag in to get the team switched out from the start. Bane did a really good press slam on Mina into Shafir to lock in the mother's milk. Tony broke it up. Pinfall. God, my notes look like terrible. I know that Tony gets the pinfall, but yeah. I don't even remember if Tony got Storm Zero on it. It was a 2.5 for me. That was a rough match. I was starting to get a little distracted, having to get up and run out.
Actually, that one I had a 3.5. The girls put up a fairly decent match. I absolutely hate Megan Bane and Shafir being partners. Also, yeah, the way that Shafir fights, I don't agree. I don't agree with the way she fights. I just don't like it.
So Tony gets the win in this going into the tournament, which will happen next Wednesday. They're going to be going up against Shafir and Bane.
Yep.
You have them going over in their match, even with the stipulation, which will probably be Taipei Death.
It's not going to be Tony.
Yeah.
I want it to be.
I think the stipulation is going to be there just to make it so that Bane can have like weapons and stuff to try and.
I think it's so that Shafir.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So Shafir can have some other stuff instead of having to do pro wrestling moves that seem to just kind of not translate well to her style.
Exactly.
Next match was FTR versus Brodito for the tag championships.
Okay, what the hell is up with Stokely?
Stokely's intro to the intro.
Who gave him permission for a black light? That just no.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I did not. Creepy as hell. Creepy as hell.
Brodito and them get started in it. Brodito hits they do the spot where Brody's going to try and scoop slam Bandito, but Bandito wants to scoop slam Brody, so they do it, and yeah, that was a fun spot. Gosh, all my notes just look terrible in here. Stokely is on the outside trying to distract.
Always.
FTR singled Bandito out a lot of the match, trying to focus on him. Brody sets the hot tag, takes out FTR. After Brody gets the hot tag, he hits a Death Valley driver cannonball onto like the two of them in the corner. FTR counter out at some point to try and go for the power and glory combination offense, but Brody interrupts it during the Glory with double choke slam. Eventually, FTR kind of get the speed back on it and hit Glory after a springboard powerbomb from the corner. 21 Plex gets countered. Bandito manages to hit it on the wrong man. Then Shatter Machine to Bandito. Cash and Brody. Oh, God, my fucking notes. Cash and Brody. Okay, yeah. Brodito try and hit a Shatter Machine on Cash, and that gets kicked out of. Eventually, they wind up hitting the Shatter Machine on Bandito. FTR gets the win and are now 3-time champions. It was a rough one for me to keep track of. A lot going on during the match. I gave it 4 stars because, yes, I was very into it, but I cannot write and pay attention to it.
I gave it a 3. Wasn't into it.
The next thing up was the Casino Gauntlet for the new national championship.
I hate Ricochet.
The first 2 out we knew was Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. Number 3 was Ricochet.
Absolutely hate Ricochet.
He came out on the mic talking, and GOA jumps the Hurt Syndicate from behind and pretty much took them out for like almost the entire gauntlet, the entire match. I mean, after that, it was, see here. Ref Core finally comes out and pulls GOA away. Ricochet hits a spinneroni while that was going on. Next person out was Claudio, which completely ruined Ricochet's day. Just his face dropped. Claudio comes out, wrecks Ricochet's day. Next person out is Daniel Garcia, who comes out and continues to wreck Ricochet's day. Then it was Orange Cassidy. Comes out and bips Ricochet before going after Garcia. And they just go after each other and take each other completely out of the match. Orange Cassidy bips. Death Rider Yuta comes out. Yeah. They 3-on-1 for a while with Cassidy. Kevin Hart comes out, wipes Yuta out on his way in, goes after Garcia. Claudio.
Kevin Hart?
Or not Kevin Hart, Kevin Knight.
I was going to say Kevin Hart is
Kevin
an
Knight
actor?
comes out, wipes out Wheeler Yuta, and then goes after Garcia. Tries to take out Claudio, but Claudio's too strong. That's when Roderick Strong comes out.
Roderick.
Which you recognized off of the music.
Oh, yes.
I made sure to know.
Absolutely.
Because I was like, who is it? And you're like, Roderick Strong, immediately.
Yeah.
I
mean, who can't recognize that?
Yeah, that he comes out, and then Mark Davis came out next, and Mark Davis doesn't even get entrance music. He just has Don Callis' fart music.
Hey, yeah.
Okay, what is up with just giant Don Callis face?
Yeah.
Like, haunting? You know, be original at least.
Davis does have, though, a really, really good sick pile driver thing that he does. He hit 2 of them in there after he came out, and they looked really good. Speedball comes out. Still no Hurt Syndicate. Just Speed try to go for the same pin on the same person, and we finally get them wrestling each other a little bit back and forth. That was when Matt Menard finally came out and goes right after Danny and takes Garcia out, and they just brawl right out of the arena.
I didn't even know he was an actual wrestler. Yeah.
Yes.
I thought he was just part of the announce table.
No, a lot of our announce table were former wrestlers.
Obviously, look at Brian.
Yep. Yeah, that takes Garcia completely out of the match. Davis and Claudio go after each other, so we get some meat action going on. And that finally, we were about to get meat action going on, and then Hurt Syndicate get back into the ring. So, Death Riders and Don Callis family still somewhat cooperating. Hurt Syndicate take over. Ricochet tries to get in on some of the action, winds up in a peel-off between Lashley and Shelton. And then in the last moment, Kevin Knight gets some of the offense in, hits a UFO splash, and Ricochet blasts him from behind with the spirit gun and steals the pin. I still cannot believe Ricochet stole the pin on it.
Yeah. I can't believe it either. I really can't.
But he has been crowned now the new national champion. 4-star match for me because I didn't expect him to manage to pull off a win on that. And it was very fun to see how the Death Riders reacted, like when Roderick came in and their focus on Orange during that segment. Menard just taking Garcia completely out to shift the momentum in it. Yeah, I gave that a 4-star.
That one I gave a 4.5.
Oh gosh.
So sorry
this
about
is gonna be
that.
an interesting video.
So sorry.
We're back.
Hopefully.
All right. Sorry about that. The next match was Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly. No holds barred. This was bloody. Oh, we're losing it again. This was just a bloody match. This was holy crap buckets.
I just want to point out though, so much blood. Okay, blood and guts. Pretty sure that was like last week. Didn't see nearly as
weeks ago.
much. You know, I feel like there was way more blood.
This was just
Way more.
buckets. Mox got the 4 count early, and just
Over 8 ankle holds.
Oh god, yeah.
Over 8 of them performed.
Mox got a 4 count early, opened Kyle up with it. Kyle kept going for ankle locks, just constantly beating Moxley in the ground game.
It was so great.
Moxley had to go as dirty as he could. Just the amount of fucking blood. Oh my god.
Yeah. Mox and a stupid fork.
There was a great sequence though for the no holds barred stipulation where Kyle was going for submission holds in the ropes that Moxley couldn't get out of, trying to go to the ropes to get out and just
trying to hang his foot and
do
grab
everything
him,
he could to
grab
try and
the
get
rope.
out of the rope and
In turn, he ended up tapping again, of course.
O'Reilly goes and breaks out a chain.
Oh,
and
yeah.
starts wrapping that around and gets them wrapped both around their necks. They go for the chokes on each other for a little while. Moxley does like Hechicero did earlier and targets Kyle's arm with the steel chair, pulling it in there and stomping it to oblivion. But Kyle is still able to get another final ankle locked onto Moxley and tap him out. It was a 5-star match, an amazing fucking performance. Afterward, Moxley, as he was walking out the ring, turned around and decided to go back after Kyle as he was getting medical attention in the ring for his arm. Of course, because he is a chicken shit and got tapped out and the crowd was letting him fucking know.
Yeah.
So we will see probably a very angry Moxley show up
I'm
on
sure.
Dynamite because, that ain't going to fly. I gave it 5 stars. What did you give that match?
5.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
That was...
That one was way worth it. Way worth it.
Yeah. Kyle is so good as a technical wrestler, and it's nice to be able to see that. The sheer violent blood. Oh, God. This entire pay-per-view should have just had the blood and guts match in it, but I can understand why they needed to have its own. It wouldn't have fit. Next match was the no disqualification TNT Championship match. Briscoe had a video package.
Title for family.
Title for family. He had a video package highlighting his family, highlighting the conglomeration. Kyle, though, came out. Like, this match started and went outside very quickly with Briscoe kind of just taking more control outside. Briscoe did eat a ladder that he was trying to set up out there fairly early. Kyle got cut open on one of these ladders at some point.
I just want to point out again, so much more blood than blood and guts. What the heck?
I don't know if it's just where they're cutting or what, but yeah, that was a lot.
I also really, really, really wanted to see Kyle cry when his butt landed on his tacks.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
Kyle pulled out the bucket of thumbtacks to try and add that. Why would you do that when Briscoe just had a thumbtack match against MJF and won that? That's not going to be a weapon that's going to be very effective against Briscoe. This was match 6 between them. You'd think he would have learned something. This was set to be Kyle's most defenses. Briscoe had pulled out a very, very big ladder that he threw a froggy bow from the top of on for a 2 count. He also had a barbed wire table that they got set up for I think it was a suplex or something into. I have it in here and it's gone.
Barbed wire table.
Barbed wire table was the border toss from the corner towards the end. Yeah. Border toss into the barbed wire table and then a J driller for the 1, 2, 3. I gave it 4 stars. Mark Briscoe is new TNT champion.
That was my favorite match of the night. And that got a 5 also. Top score. Absolutely. Yeah.
I knew that one would be your favorite.
I knew Briscoe was going to win. I knew it.
Briscoe.
I absolutely knew it. Of course I love him.
Oh, that was the screwdriver in that match.
When
Putting
Dawn it in through the
upside
the end
down
of the ring. Yeah.
And then go for the
lobotomy.
Sheer drop brainbuster onto an upside just threatening that. Oh my god, they've now teased that and they might use it.
A lobotomy.
If they find a way, they will probably try and safely do that. This company is insane.
Absolutely not.
I'm glad that spot didn't go down. Next match was the $1 Million Trios match. Young Bucks and Josh Alexander versus Jungle Express and Kenny Omega.
The dinosaur.
This was a great match, more so for your commentary. You cannot handle the Bucks' pants.
Okay. Sorry, but that's their outfit tonight, their shoes, their pants. It was all from Walmart. All from Walmart. Dude, okay, if you're gonna wear joggers, at least make them look like real pants. Okay? The cuffs, not gonna be fake there. Sorry, but no, saw it. And the shoes you can buy at Walmart. Literally, it looks like you spent $20 on your outfits. Come on.
You also had some comments about Kenny's pants.
Oh, God, Kenny's pants. Okay. Kenny's pants. He has eyeballs on either side of his hips. Okay, which entail, if that's the eyeballs, where's the mouth? Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, where's the mouth?
It's on the back where the omen is.
No, on the back is all I can see is a circle around Kenny's butthole. I mean, really. Also, side note, hey, old as heck ref. Are you kidding me? You're going to pick up a nasty piece of gum from the Young Buck's mouth and barehanded? No glove? Okay, then you toss that stuff out the ring, okay? No problem. Fine, whatever. Your immune system. But then, Not even 5 minutes later, you touch your face with the same hand. Ew. Barf. Gross.
There was a lot of leapfrogging, I think was one of your other comments.
Never knew that the dinosaur could leapfrog or flip.
The moonsault from
Never saw that coming.
Luchasaurus.
Never saw it coming.
Bucks don't get along with Alexander for a lot of this. They eventually wind up hitting the EVP trigger on Kenny. But it's not for the finish because Jungle Express gets in there and countdown to extinction gets avoided. Friendly fire, Bucks on Alexander. Then the Jungle Express managed to hit the countdown to extinction, I think, on Alexander. They get they don't get the pin.
Wow.
Because it gets broken up. There's a miscommunication super kick that hits Alexander. He goes out onto Kenny, winds up on Kenny's shoulder, and Kenny hits a one-weekend angel on him outside. And then somehow the Bucks hit an EVP trigger on Jack and get the pin. Like, I missed something in this one at the end, right at the end, because I'm like, okay, Kenny hits a one-winged angel, and then inside Bucks get the pin on Jack. I don't know where Luchasaurus went, what happened there. It was a 3.
I gave it a 4.5.
That was where the match ended.
Yeah. And then the Young Bucks.
Afterward, the Don Callis comes out to celebrate with them and then starts walking the Bucks and the money up the ramp.
No, it said that since you joined the family, let's take this money and go.
Yeah.
And then
so he's taking
picks
them
up the bag and starts walking up the ramp.
The rest of the family goes out and starts beating up on Kenny. And Jungle Express.
The Young Bucks keep turning and looking at Kenny.
All the way out. Finally.
They know it's wrong.
I even wrote down here that the Bucks walk off with them, but no, they turn around, run back, go for the save.
Young Bucks join
shake
Kenny,
hands, and
Luchasaurus and
we get a hug. You got to give the people what they want. It was a good feel-good moment, and we're kind of... We get the EVPs back, so we'll see how this goes.
I gave that a 4.5.
You gave it a 4.5?
I did.
Overall? I gave it a 3 overall, because, I mean,
even
with the post-match, I thought it was good, but I prefer hating the Bucks. I don't like them as a face, and I like Kenny as a face.
I don't like the Young Bucks at all. But I love more that they diss Don Callis.
Yes, they did ditch Don Callis.
That is what really is magnificent. I'm still not going to root for them. I still don't like them. But you get bonus points for, dissing on him.
All right. Second to final match.
CEO.
Women's World Championship. Monet versus Chris Statlander. Monet had 12 belt boys and 13 titles, so the big guy at the end had to carry 2.
Just want to say this.
I thought it was funny. And then
It was time. Monet be stopped. Also, absolutely magnificent. Chris's rib breaker from the top rope.
Oh, yeah.
That's Monet.
Super breaker.
That was great. Yeah. Absolutely.
Monet had targeted Statlander's arm early in this. It was a big part of it was going after her arm. Chris's power,
Which is sad. You got to stoop so low.
Chris's power, though, countered it every single spot. It was very, very good. The super avalanche rib breaker, I guess is what they call it. I wrote it down as super rib breaker out of the corner. They do a trading holds, flipping back and forth, going into the finish before Statlander finally is able to hit Saturday Night Fever for the finish and the pinfall. I gave it 3 stars. Statlander keeps her title. Monet loses momentum. So we'll hopefully see her start losing some titles coming up here soon. What was your thoughts?
It's the start of Monet's downfall.
What did you give it for?
For their match, I
Yeah.
gave it a 4.
4. Wow.
I gave it a 4, but that's only because I absolutely really a lot of those points came from Chris and her the rib breaker. That was a really awesome move. So yeah, I think the better woman won. And I think this is the start of the CEO and her downgrading all her belts.
So here, before the finale, the final match, we had a backstage with the Don Callis family. Takeshita is pissed off at Okada.
As they should be.
Yep. And announces that he's going to be joining the Continental Classic. So he will be facing Okada at some point during this, hopefully, as long as they're in the same bracket. And then to add an additional wrinkle to it, Kyle Fletcher comes in and is pissed off at both of them, asking them why both of them sat there and said that they were his best friends, and neither of them showed up to help him in his match, which we both kind of were wondering why.
As Don
no
said
one
on the
came out to
announcement
help
table when he
to
was
cash-
sitting there,
to help
is
Kyle.
that him
Where
and
is
the
everyone?
family would absolutely, at no ends, protect that TNT championship.
Yeah.
And look what happened.
So Kyle is going to be in the C2 as well. So
This should be real
can't
interesting.
wait.
Love triangle much?
Continental Classic is such a fun tournament. I love it.
The next match
Final
is
match.
Hangman and Joe's cage match.
Yes, for the men's world championship.
Again, little note: more bloodshed than blood and guts.
Oh, jeez.
All night. Like,
Especially
let's be
from
real.
Joe. Like, Joe, you're a professional,
It was just pouring.
experienced person. You should know where to nick and not, gosh,
Just
the
pouring.
entire match.
Oh, so bad.
And Joe opened up early.
At the beginning, I thought
Like,
Joe, started with some momentum, but then I noticed that it kind of like dropped down where he was like kind of just giving up.
Oh, yeah, Joe was slowing
He was
down
like,
from the blood
okay,
loss.
I'm
And they
kind
even
of
brought
over
it up.
it. Like, okay, I'll just let you win. But then all of a sudden it was just like, boom! And he gets up and he just doesn't stop.
Yeah. Hangman does get cut open as well.
Of course.
Getting thrown into the side.
I mean, a nick for a nick, right?
Eventually Shibata shows up and grabs the championship and tries to climb up
the cage.
the cage.
Then out of nowhere, here comes Mr. Hobbs.
Well, he tries to climb up the cage, and then
Oh yeah, Eddie.
Eddie comes out, or no, tries to climb the cage. Ref goes down from a ref bump.
Oh, inside the cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hangman and Joe's ref gets hit.
And Hangman hits a deadeye on Joe, but there's no ref for the pinfall. Hobb comes down after, Eddie pulled Shibata off the cage and they went off fighting. Hobbs comes down, rips the chain off the cage, goes in and immediately...
The chain?
Yes, ripped the chain off the cage.
Just want to point out, if that was real, that wouldn't have been so easy.
No, Hobbs is that strong.
And also,
Hobbs is that
a steel
powerful.
cage? Not an aluminum cage? Okay, sure.
Hobbs rips the chain off, goes in, gets immediately low blowed. Joe locks in a Kilkita clutch. Hangman manages to hit a buckshot lariat in a steel cage because the door is still open. So he uses that opening to flip over, have the room to flip over. It's a buckshot lariat. But again, no ref.
And then
This is when Hook comes running out.
Who
I was
pops
like,
up?
oh, good. Hook comes running out. He comes out to wake up the ref. And then immediately hits Hangman with the belt.
grabs the belt, smirks at the camera.
Takes off
then
his
hits
jacket,
Hangman.
is wearing an off shirt.
Yeah.
Joe hits a muscle buster onto the belt.
The blood everywhere.
And it's still gushing out of his fucking head. So much blood. I am so fucking sad with Hook. I gave it a 4.5. Oh my god, we have a new champion, and it's going to be a very violent championship reign, I think. What did you get the match? Before we go into what happened after that match.
I'm going to say a 4.5. I didn't write it down as what I could see, but I'm going to say 4.5. It wasn't the best it could be, There was a little bit too much blood. I think Joe really messed up there. But it was too much blood for my liking. But I really loved what happened next.
Yeah, the cage goes up. Joe's posse all comes out.
All the people that we don't know.
All of his dojo come out.
Op dojo.
And they're all kind of celebrating, beating Hangman up still in the ring, and the lights cut out. And on the screen is a burning house on the Tron, and immediately, who else has a burning house?
Whose house?
Swerve is out with new music, which was kind of a
I don't
throw.
like it.
I know, I do definitely
There's no more Swerve when you drive.
I prefer his original. But this is going to be who's the most dangerous man in AEW. And I definitely have Swerve.
I definitely got Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle could definitely get into the World Championship.
Kyle is making a name for himself, taking out Mox. And not just once.
Twice making Moxley tap
Come on. When everybody else has tried and never succeeded. Come on.
So, yeah, but Swerve comes out with the new music, gets into the ring. Joe presents the bloodied Hangman. That's like a offering. I don't know. Swerve then wrecks the dojo jobbers, and
he just punches somebody off in the face.
Yeah,
that was
walks
great.
in between all and just swings on one of the random guys. I'm like, he's just starting it, and then they all jumped on him.
I get that they all signed up to be beat up, but damn.
Yeah. Heyman gets back up and saves sort of Swerve from the last guy, and Hangman just looks absolutely insane, bloodied with his hair all fucking crazy. And that was how they sent the show off.
Yep.
That was a good return. I'm very happy that we have Swerve back. We needed a good, strong baby face back. Heyman was running it solely as like our only main baby face. Yes. I don't like the new music as much as the old music, but
no thanks.
It'll pop up in my Spotify playlist, and I'll listen to it a bunch of times until I finally like it.
If we're not going to have the same music, Nana should really choose a new dance.
No, Nana's dance is classic. He wasn't the only one that came out with new music during this.
New music, new
Hangman
dance.
came out with new music
for
this match.
Either.
And I didn't like the new music, and I was like, oh, new music. Okay, maybe they'll keep it. He's going to go in a different direction with his championship, a little bit more edgy, mean after another hard feud. And the loss.
All right.
This will be fun. Start of C2 though this Wednesday on Dynamite. So Continental Classic. We'll get a bracket, and we'll get to see the two brackets that they're gonna have and make our guesses of who we want to win.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you on Wednesday. Have a good night.